HIMARS. Why did the Philippines choose it for the Philippine Army? What makes it special? What can it do? How does it work? Let's find out in this video. The M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, or HIMARS, was developed by Lockheed Martin from the slower tracked system, the M270 Multiple Launch Rocket System. Like the M270 MLRS, HIMARS is designed to launch precise rockets and missiles, but because it is mounted on 6x6 truck, it is more agile and easier to deploy as a package. And unlike other large missile systems, it is small but powerful and has impressive capabilities. The purpose of HIMARS is to attack land targets such as artillery, air defense concentrations, trucks, light armor, and personal carriers. It is also used to support troops and supply concentrations. However, because of its new missile, it can now also target enemy assets at sea. In fact, it can even hit land targets while stationed on a ship. Impressive, right? Now, this is how it compares in size to the Typhoon missile launcher. It is 7 meters long, 2.4 meters wide, 3.2 meters tall, and weighs 16.2 tons, making it fit perfectly in a C-130. It can be operated by just 3 crew members: the driver, gunner, and section chief or commander. However, thanks to its computer-based fire control system, it can also be operated by just 2 or even 1 person. Now, let's look at its important parts and features. The launch pod container, which holds the rockets or missiles. The container can be swapped depending on the type of ammunition used. It can hold 6 MLRS rockets, 2 PrISM missiles, or just 1 ATACMS missile. More on these later. The fire control system, which is the brain of the HIMARS operation. It integrates targeting data, GPS coordinates, and communication with command centers. The FCS is operated through this display in front of the gunner. The unloading and reloading system is very easy to use. It takes only 3 to 5 minutes thanks to its built-in crane, making it possible for a single operator to reload the system. Cool, right? Now, let's look at its armaments. First is the family of MLRS rockets. There are unguided MLRS rockets, guided MLRS rockets with a range of up to 92 kilometers, and extended range GMLRS rockets with a range of up to 150 kilometers. All of these have a speed of Mach 2.5 or 3,062 kilometers per hour. Next is the MGM-140 Army Tactical Missile System, which has a speed of 3,704 kilometers per hour or Mach 3, a range of up to 300 kilometers, and a flight ceiling of 50 kilometers. It can carry a unitary warhead or a submunition warhead, also known as bomblets, which work like shotgun shells by dispersing hundreds of steel-cased balls that explode to expand the area of effect. Impressive, right? But because of its size, only one can be loaded at a time. However, since it is becoming obsolete, it is gradually being replaced by the more modern precision strike missile or PrISM. At present, its speed has not been publicly disclosed, but since it is a ballistic missile replacing ATACMS, it is likely faster than Mach 3. For now, the operational PrISM has a range of 500 kilometers, but there is a version in development that is expected to reach up to 1,000 kilometers due to the potential application of ramjet technology. To know more about ramjet technology, watch our video on how the BrahMos missile works. Now, Because of the PRISM's 1,000-kilometer range, China's defense and offense assets on both land and sea will be at risk. One of the advantages of HIMARS is that even if an enemy conducts surveillance, they won't know what type of ammunition it is carrying because the cover design is the same, whether the launching pod contains 1 or 2 missiles. Now, let's see how HIMARS works. Just like any other missile system, HIMARS has various ways of acquiring targets. It can receive real-time data from drones, fighter jets, satellite imagery, or forward observers. Then, the data from these sources is transmitted to the control center. From there, it is passed on via a secure data link such as the U.S. Army's Advanced Field Artillery Tactical Data System to the HIMARS Fire Control System. Once the coordinates are validated, the fire control system automatically calculates the firing solution, including elevation, azimuth, and flight time based on the provided target coordinates, launcher position, type of ammunition, and environmental conditions such as wind and weather. Then, the gunner confirms the firing solution on the console to ensure the correct type and number of munitions and to complete other safety checks. After that, the launch pod elevates to the correct firing angle. Then, with a single push of a button, the rocket or missile is launched. To ensure accuracy, GMLRS, ATACMS, and PRISM use GPS and inertial navigation guidance. But only PRISM has a multimode seeker, including a passive radio frequency seeker that detects radio broadcast from target radars and communication systems. It also has an imaging infrared seeker that visually identifies and confirms the target before it finally detonates. Once the missile is launched, HIMARS can quickly relocate using the shoot and scoot tactic, preventing the enemy from counter-firing. The advantage of HIMARS for the Philippines is that the Philippine Army Artillery Regiment has already activated a unit ready to operate it. Even though the missile system is not yet in the country's inventory, they are already trained to use HIMARS thanks to the annual PH-US joint exercises where the US teaches the MLRS unit how to operate the HIMARS. This means that once HIMARS arrives, it will be immediately operational. The export price of a single launcher and carrier is around $19 to $20 million, while a single GMLRS rocket costs $434,000. An ATACMS missile costs around $1.7 million, and the estimated price of a PRISM missile is over $3 million. But hey, no matter how expensive it is, the West Philippine Sea is a very important region for the Philippines. Acquiring HIMARS is well worth it because it will significantly enhance the country's deterrence capability. Watch our video about the Typhoon missile system, which the Philippines also plans to acquire.